The FDA is set to ban store sales of most flavored e-cigs as soon as next week to keep the teens from using them. And Sunday is China's 10th Singles Day, the huge one-day online shopping spree started by Alibaba.
Hurry to Macy's Veterans Day sale and get 20 to 65% off furniture, mattresses, and rugs with our lowest prices of the season. Get the Maya 82-inch leather sofa, lowest price $789. Tribeca Queen Storage Bed, lowest price only $489. And a Macy Bed by Serta Basics Foam Firm Mattress, lowest price just $147. Get our lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and rugs now through November 11th at Macy's. Savings off sale prices, exclusions apply.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit beefy, or even with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Affordable term life insurance is out there. Call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-481-1458. 800-481-1458 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of becoming part of a community. Reach out and change their world, and it will change your own. Unbound.org.
California headline news, an update on the Woolsey wildfire in Ventura County. The fire burning more than 10,000 acres. Evacuation orders in effect for some areas. Here's Los Angeles County Fire Department Chief Deputy David Richardson.
When you have 40, 50, 60 mile an hour winds blowing fire at your heels, the importance is to get people out of harm's way and get them to safety.
75,000 homes to be evacuated in L.A. and Ventura counties. The Camp Fire near the Butte County town of Paradise growing to nearly 110 square miles, causing injuries and apparently claiming some lives.
Weather-wise, we are literally in a statewide red flag weather warning. Fire weather conditions are extreme, and we are seeing it from literally border to border.
Emergency Services Director Mark Ilarducci. Another fire in Ventura County, the Hill Fire, prompting evacuations as well. It's burned 6,100 acres, but its growth is slowing. Several dozen acres have been burned by a fire near the Los Angeles Zoo. Windy conditions continuing. Jeff Scott, California News.
So much to watch, so little time for sports fans in the fall.
It's this week's Geico Sports Now.
I can't believe the weekend went by so fast. It's hard to prioritize college football on Saturday, the pros on Sunday, then you throw in hockey and basketball, and it seems like sports fans need an extra day off, which means honey-do lists all across the country are collecting dust hanging on the fridge this time of year. And ain't nobody got time for that.
Geico could assist you in saving lots of money on your car insurance. Go right now to geico.com for all the details.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Glenner Anderson. For tonight, there's a red flag warning remaining in effect till 10 p.m. Winds of 20 to 30 miles an hour, gusting to up to 50 miles an hour. Otherwise, look for clear skies with an overnight low around 47. Saturday, calling for sunshine and a high near 80. I'm Glenner Anderson, broadcasting live from the Tri-City Center at the 10 and 210 freeways. We're the trifecta of talk in Southern California. KCAA 102.3 FM, Riverside 106.5 FM, Redlands and the Legacy, 1050 AM, Loma Linda, San Bernardino.
The doctor is in. Welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show with host Deborah Lee. Deborah has been practicing, teaching, and perfecting the personal prophecy card reading method for 20 plus years. This life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. This inspiring show will help you never feel helpless in life or love ever again. Now, here's your host, Deborah Lee.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show. I'm so glad to have you with us. This is going to be a very special show this evening. I'm going to subtitle it, Deborah and Friends. I have an audience here. It's collectively male, except for we have one very beautiful female in the audience. Veronica, thank you for being here. And, of course, we have our lovely co-host, Lauren. Who has joined us. She's riding shotgun with me. For those of you that are new, the Psychic Love Doctor Show is a show where we give you free psychic readings using the personal prophecy method, which my grandmother taught to me well over 35 years ago now. I think I've given thousands of readings in the time since. If you want to know where I came from and how I came to be the Psychic Love Doctor, that actually was due to America Online, or as we refer to it, AOL now. They scouted me out of the chat rooms and offered me to be literally their Psychic Love Doctor. Well, the name stuck. I worked with AOL for a good 5 or 6 years, and people just got so used to calling me that I thought, well, heck, why not keep it? So what you will find tonight with the personal prophecy method, I'm holding up for those of you who are watching us either on the podcast or those of you who are watching us live right now on Facebook. And those of you that are just listening, you're just going to have to take our word for it. All I'm using is an ordinary deck of playing cards, a poker deck, if you will. What will develop as a result of these readings is a keen insight into your life as you are living it right now from moment to moment. When we start looking down the road toward your future, this is where some exciting change can take place. We are able to literally create our own reality. We take a look at the future. Maybe we don't like so much about what we see in terms of, say, relationships, our work, our friends, our family, blah, 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 all the way down the line. And if we don't like it, there's a tremendous amount that we can do literally while still sitting here in the present to change it for the better. And I can tell you, I've even seen miracles literally take place. I have witnessed them. So with that said now, let's get to the show. And first I want to say, I hope all of you survived the midterm elections. Ooh, boy, wasn't that a kick in the shorts, huh? I didn't know if we were
on what side you were on.
I think it did. I think it did. And it caused us to actually debate before we went on the air amongst our audience and ourselves. What would happen? What is the impact in, say, a relationship? And I don't think it necessarily has to be a romantic or a marriage relationship, but just even between friends, relatives, if you don't share the same political affiliations. Now, Lauren, I know you have something to say on that.
Well, for one, I'm really excited about some of the candidates, especially from Alabama. There's U.S. Marine won the vote in 90%, and he is very attractive.
Hunky.
And I would just like to say that in general, I am in support of having more attractive elective officials in general. I am tired of watching political addresses from people who look like rotting pumpkins, okay? How am I supposed to pay attention that way? So I, for one, regardless of your political affiliation, say yay to more attractive representations.
But what if your lover or your mate is going for one of those rotting pumpkins? How do you feel about that?
You know what? Sometimes that can spice things up, like you can call out political views, I guess, like during like one of your rendezvous, maybe do like a political campaign or a political debate during the bedroom session. Why not?
Ooh,
Why not?
Boy, that would really light my fire, wouldn't it? Yours? Woo-hoo-hoo. So
no more new taxes.
And here's one for the Kipper. All right, let's move on.
How do you feel about it, Jonathan Wellesley?
As we move on to our mail portion.
Wesley, Jonathan Wesley is here, and I, for one, am very interested in hearing what he has to say. Do you think that you can have a relationship, friendship, or otherwise with somebody with a opposing political affiliation?
Well, I do. For instance, I do actually believe that a person from a different political affiliation can have even through such. It's just the maturity of the person, I think, that matters. Now, when they start spelling off the simple, lame rhetoric that you hear from either side, is where it starts to get, what are you doing? Why? Why are we going through this right now? And I have a headache because of it.
You're being very, very what would you call it, semi-bipartisan in your response. Let's get down and dirty here.
Okay.
All right. Tell me, would it really affect you, because I know you're a staunch Republican sitting here, how would you feel if your pretty little gal, she's out there running, or, helping the Democrats win, she's waving her Democrat flags? How would you feel about that?
Oh, I tell you the truth right now, it'd be a big no. That's a big negative for me.
So there are limitations.
There are limitations, of course.
Veronica, I know you have nothing to say.
No, but historically, I believe George McNamara, who was a longtime financial strategist for a number of our presidents, a few of them, and I believe, if I'm correct, that his wife was actually the opposite party, and I think there's a few like that. I think also the Clinton campaignist or strategist, his wife was also a Republican. So maybe it's like, when you have opposing football teams, if you can have kind of a fun, kind of open-minded political debate, maybe it'll be,
Maybe so, but it would make for some very interesting pillow talk, I think. All right, now that number, come on now, folks, let's get some calls in here. My cards are hot and ready to come off the grill. The number is 909-792-5222, and since we have no one waiting on the call board, do you have someone? This is Jim, our techie boy, is behind the technology. All right.
Rosemary asks, what does my recent future hold for me?
I'm sorry, repeat. I was shuffling.
What does my recent future hold for me?
Recent future.
Instead of a
that's kind of
different future, I guess.
Instead of the distant future.
I actually want to know what her immediate future.
As in the immediate.
What's coming tomorrow, not like 10 years from now.
Okay, here we go.
I think that is what it's been.
Dun dun dun. All right. So Deb is going to read these cards for us, and we're going to find out about Rosemary.
And I'll tell you, just so you all know, I'm not doing quickie 1, 2, or 3 card pulls. I'm actually doing the whole 24 card layout that I use when I give private consultations to my my clients. So I want to see the whole playing field. I mean, we're asking basically specific questions, but in the circumstance where maybe I need to throw in a little bit more insight, this makes it possible for me.
Yes.
All right.
I'm very excited. I'm eager. We're watching the layout. She's performing the layout. Now, I also know, while she's laying these out, for Rosemary and anybody listening, it is better to get these readings regularly to kind of help develop more, I guess, what is clarity.
There's a continuing thread. You are really able to pinpoint, well, who is that King of Diamonds and who is the Queen of Clubs? You get a familiarity where literally when you meet someone, you're going to think, I know who you are. And I know what you're up to. Okay, getting back to Rosemary. Marie. First of all, I am seeing that there is an agenda for you concerning love. Love, relationships. I'm seeing a lot of movement in your cards that you referred to it as the recent future. I feel what your cards are saying is you're in a state of flux. And this is actually very good for your life path. It means that right now things may seem a bit unsettled, but that's because things are changing. So I do feel that you are heading down a path that is going to lead you toward a tremendous amount of security. I'm seeing happiness here. I'm seeing love, real, sincere love, and a major apology coming your way from someone that I think you're feeling wouldn't be capable. I think you've misconstrued their pain or their suffering as kind of crocodile tears, but this is really somebody with a heart that is coming to you with a yearning for forgiveness. So I want you to bear that in mind. As the year winds up, make plans for a wonderful, robust 2019, because you are on a literal rocket ship if you, let's say, buy your ticket early. Huh?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Yes. Get your ticket, which means set your agenda. Think of all that you want for yourself within the coming year. Believe it. That's the biggest part of it, is having that energy. So I think it's very close. Belief and trust to me is very much akin to prayer. That when we pray, we are really manifesting for the future. We are asking for help or guidance, love, whatever the case might be. So in your case, I would love to read for you again. So please join us again so I can give you more insight. But be just on the lookout for tying up loose ends as you come to the end of the year. Right now, your life is in a state of flux, but it's good. Out with the old and in with the new, right? So 2019 is an earmarked year for you. And like I said, love is on the way. So I think her cards are very dynamic.
She says she's buying her ticket now.
Oh, good for you. Good for you, because those rocket ships do fill up quickly.
They do.
Yes.
All right. Well, fantastic news for Rosemary. And as we move right along, we have Danielle from Texas. How are you doing, Danielle? And what can we help you with this evening?
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, good. I called last week about, my ex-relationship. We've been dating for a while, and we recently broke up. And I was just calling this week that, I took y'all's advice. I was not really communicating, trying to keep my distance. And I had a ceremony for my college, and apparently my ex wanted to come. So I let him come, and we talked a little bit. But I was just calling to see and updating y'all about the situation.
Okay.
So you want to see more about the situation. So he came to your ceremony, but you've been trying to keep your distance, but you want to know kind of what's going on with him and maybe his mentality at the moment?
Yes, that'll be good.
Sounds good. Now, what kind of ceremony was it?
It was for, it was an honors ceremony.
An honors induction?
Honor society. Yes.
Yay! Congratulations.
Good for you.
What honor society was it?
It was Phi Theta Kappa.
I'm a Phi Theta Kappa member.
There we go.
Oh, wow. Yay.
Congratulations. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, I'm excited, and I hope these cards, since you're a fellow Phi Theta Kappa member, I really hope that these cards give you some good news. Before, just generally positive and optimistic, but
now you're invested.
Now I'm invested, okay?
Yes, thank you. Right.
You are sisters.
That's right, Phi Theta Kappa, which is funny because people always thought, and they'll think that for you too, that I was in some sort of wild sorority, and I had to keep correcting them. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like a sorority, except it's it's co-ed and it's just nerdy. We're in a nerdy society. So
yes, it's for good grades. Yeah, I was like, yeah, boys and girls are in the organization. It's just for good grades. So it was the induction ceremony, and he showed up.
Yay!
Okay, so he asked you if he could come, right?
Well, because we were talking, and he was like, "How was your week?" And I said, "My week's good. I'm excited about my ceremony." And he knew about it in the past, but he was acting like he didn't know about it, I guess. He was like, I wish I could have made it. And I said, oh, it's on Thursday. He was like, I thought it was on Friday. I would like to come. And I said, you can come if you want to. So he showed up.
Well, you have really got him thinking. He is trying to tread very carefully because this is a male thing right here. He cares so much for you and wants really a new start with her, but he is so worried that every other man in Texas is after Danielle. They are climbing over each other. Oh my goodness. They get this notion, they really do, and I think it's wonderful that they do. Because why shouldn't you be desired by, droves of men, that are crawling over buildings just to get to you? So you might have to throw him a little bit of a bone, proverbially speaking, as in, because he doesn't know what to do now. Now, this is more in your age group here, Lauren and Monica. Should she invite him out for a coffee, or what should she do? Because I'm seeing he needs something here.
Like he needs to be prodded?
A little bit, because I think he's so hesitant. He's so scared that she was going to shoot him down.
Maybe like a subtle message to say, hey, thanks for coming to my center, because we haven't talked since yesterday. Like, I don't text him. So I could just say, like, maybe, hey, thanks for coming, or, I don't know, something like that. Like, subtle?
Yes. And you could even say, it was great to see you. That way you're punting, you're putting the ball on his court, and then he can decide what to do with it.
Yes, I like it.
And you watch. He will respond. I really feel there's another chance here for you two. We all make mistakes. Some of them are great big mistakes. But love has a tendency to be able to overcome, forgive, accept, become stronger. I think it's more through the mistakes, through the flaws. We love people because of their flaws, not in spite of them. So I think if you are interested, you're definitely going to have the chance to restart with this fella who had the desire to come to your ceremony. And I think that meant a lot. Remember, there's always that saying that there's always the real reason and the one that sounds good. His real reason is that he was there because he loves you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised the two of you get back together by the holidays. And I'm referring to Christmas and New Year's. Those are two of the most emotionally charged days on the calendar. So I have high hopes for you, Danielle, and I hope you'll stay in touch.
I will.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations. You are a go-getter.
Yay!
Thanks for calling, honey.
Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. That was a good one. I like that.
Yes, that was wonderful.
Yes.
All right. So I'm sorry. Normally I don't like to speak when there's people on the phone there. But during this entire ordeal, I'm thinking how I would react to this situation. Mm-hmm. She sent me a text message saying, it was great to see you. The number of things I'm going to be thinking about are mostly going to be, what on earth does this mean, and how do I respond to this in order to create the next step of the movement here?
Sure. She's giving him the ball.
Right. And with subtlety, and to my opinion, it's a hard one. Hard one to figure out.
Would you say if she said something, I was thinking maybe saying, it was really great to see you. I'm really, obviously busy with studying because she's in school. But if you ever want to grab coffee sometime,
it's opening a door.
Then,
right.
I think if she would have opened the door a little bit more.
A little bit more than
that, that would help out.
Okay, it's good to get the input. And Danielle, I hope you're listening. And she can decide what feels most comfortable for her. Yes. Now, on that note, we should probably go to Laurel from Virginia.
Hello, Laurel.
I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I've been really, I've been working so much. see your thing come up on Facebook, and by the time I get to it, it's probably too late.
Well, tonight, serendipity is with you all the way.
Okay.
So what can we do for you? Tell us a little about what's going on.
I feel like my career is taking off. I'm 63 years old. I'm a chef.
Good for you.
So I think it's finally taking off. I was in a relationship last year. I was too young. I mean, it felt like a soulmate kind of thing, and I learned that you don't love somebody more than you love yourself. So it's taken me a long time to learn the lessons. So I guess the only thing I've really wanted was a really good relationship in my life, and I just want to know if that's coming, or I've gotten to the place where I felt like so bitter, like should I just give up because I don't believe anybody's worthy.
Okay. Well, the cards are very good at providing guidance in this way, especially when we're stumped. All right, so Lauren's going to chat with you while I lay out your reading.
Well, one thing while she's doing the cards, I'd say, you said that your career is, finally taking off. And one thing I'll say is that, you probably faced some struggles or some hurdles where maybe you wondered, is my career ever going to take off and things like that. So I would say for everything, you of all people should know that there's hope, and it doesn't matter, right, Deb?
I agree. And with her career taking off, this couldn't be a better time in your life. Think of it, the leverage, as I'm laying out your cards. And she has leverage over all those younger people, especially ones that are, flowing out of colleges, still wet behind the ears. Sorry to our younger audience.
I really
but think of
love what I do.
She's not at childbearing age. She doesn't have domestic issues at home. She isn't going to have babysitter issues. I mean, I would think, as somebody, say, in the corporate world, I would rather hire somebody who has the wisdom and the maturity.
Not just wisdom, but the dating pool out there. There's an actor named Liev Schreiber. You should look him up. He is 51, I think, and he is maybe the most attractive man in the whole world.
Oh.
So you should be very excited about that dating pool.
And speaking of very attractive men, I see one coming into your life. You asked if there would be I forget how she worded it, but Laurel, do not become bitter. This is closing a door on a beautiful future for you. You have kissed enough frogs, honey. Okay? It's time for you to meet your prince. And look, he's right here. Now I'm going to tell you what I see is that it's coming very quickly at you. There's a card in the deck, the Three of Clubs, which is one of my favorites because it means an event that is coming to you. It's very quickly. It's like a ball that is soaring right now through space. Now we can sit here and ignore it and think there's no ball, and it'll hit you right in the head.
Don't let it hit you in the head, Laurel.
Or you can be ready and go, gotcha.
I mean, I feel like my career is. I mean, believe me, I've been in this business for 45 years.
Wow.
I've written books and everything else, and it's all of a sudden now, like my name is becoming out there, really out there. So,
well, you're really coming into your own time. And this is a time when everything is going to shift. I'm seeing it right here. The Two of Spades is right with that Three of Clubs, and that says a big, beautiful shift coming to you. The Three of Clubs is I want to say within 3 months, okay? But it can actually go out as far as 3 years, but I don't get that feeling. And the man that is focused here as being the one for you, he's characterized as the same card as my darling Daryl was.
Aww.
And that is the King of Hearts. He was a heart driver in the Navy as a senior chief, and the young sailors would jump out of his way, but they didn't know he collected teddy bears. And he loved to go to chick flicks.
I know. I don't know this person, right? I don't know this person, do I?
I don't believe you do, but you may have passed each other, and the timing wasn't right. Okay.
Are you a writer, Laurel?
I am. I am.
Sometimes I think, because I write also, and I've kind of looking out, I would say that my writing has matured somewhat, since my early 20s, and sometimes I think that my writing wouldn't be as good without having some of those horrible circumstances. So sometimes I think that's kind of a plight of being a writer, is you have to go through some events before,
get to have Right, I agree. Now, I want to tell you in your work, there is a really great promotion coming for you, Laurel, in 2019, right? That's next year. There is a very far-sighted, I mean, not far-sighted, that makes it seem like you can't see. He's a very future-forward man with great vision who is going to really propel you toward your several of your biggest goals. Let's put it that way. You've really come into your own time now. Your cards are extremely time. Go ahead.
Amazing. I'm really doing some amazing things in my life right now, and I have some great opportunities to do a lot of healing work, actually, because I write and I work with food as a healing, I teach.
Well,
so
it's time for you to hitch your wagon to that star. You've earned it. You deserve it. And there's going to be an amazing soulmate, someone that will be with you for the rest of your life.
He's going to thrust you into an even better future.
Oh, are you?
Well, I'm going to let you know.
He's very thrustworthy, right?
I like it.
Okay. Well,
sorry, Laura.
But let all those old feelings go.
Thank you, because it's been. I was really heartbroken last year. I mean, really heartbroken. So
can believe you can have trust. Okay, I know it's hard, but you can. One little foot in front of the other. Watch and see. Watch and see. I hope this helps, Laura, and I hope that you'll stay in touch with us.
It's a great way to start the weekend. So, yes, thank you.
All right, well, Laura, it's been wonderful hearing from you. We have to pause now for station identification, and we'll be right back.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
Look over the.
It's okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Psychic Love Doctor Show. We have callers. We're going to move on now to Sadie from Michigan.
Hello, Sadie. How can we help you? I've had a little wine.
So recently my ex messaged me, and he's been telling me that he misses me and stuff, and that he knows he messed up. But I have a feeling that he's talking to his ex, and I just want to know if I feel like I need to just fall back and leave him alone.
Ah, okay. Do you want to recap that in case?
All right. So your ex is suddenly apologetic and wants to bring himself back into your life, and we are suspicious, but Dad is going to lay out these cards and see if his intentions are pure. So,
boy, and these cards will read him like a book.
So you now it's interesting because your gut feeling right now is that maybe not to trust his intentions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that's understandable, isn't it?
It is. I am always suspicious.
I'd like to know how long he's been an ex.
How long has he been an ex for?
Veronica
would like to know.
Yeah. With me and him?
Yes.
We've been broken up probably about a month now.
Okay, so it's fairly fresh.
Well, Sadie, I've got to tell you most honestly, and these are the kind of readings that basically break my heart. I think you have an amazing intuitive gut, we'll say. You need to listen to that gut. He is playing the odds between you and another girl. And he's basically figuring, well, if I play them both, I'll end up with one. That's his reasoning. But that isn't somebody being true to you. That isn't somebody you can have faith in and, rely on. So, you have a lot of other opportunities in your cards. You should really honor yourself and think, I deserve better. And if I were you, just my advice, what do you girls think? I'd say walk away.
Now, the type of person I am, and it's not always good, is I'm like, you know what? Why let this one person disappoint me where I can give other people an opportunity to disappoint me?
I hear you.
So,
right.
But I'm joking. But I mean, the truth of the matter is I feel like, and I'm not the psychic love doctor, but I feel like this situation isn't making you happy. This uneasiness and not knowing what he's really thinking isn't making you happy. So I think that you kind of know what
She
it is that
knows.
you want to do.
You know, in your heart, you know, and I'll tell you, if you let this bad fish go, there's a saying out here in Virginia where we are home to the largest naval base in the world. There are many fish in the sea and very few dolphins. There's a dolphin right around the corner coming for you, and oh my goodness, you're going to be gaga over this guy, and he's going to be just as crazy about you. I mean, you can see him right here, Lauren.
Yes.
This is somebody meant to come into your life, Sadie, to lift you up with laughter and joy, happiness, to want you. Your happiness is going to mean more to him than his own. And that truly is an essence of love.
And sometimes I think, too, when we leave a situation, we look at it like, you know, it's horrible that you still might even love this person. But sometimes we're meant to serve as lessons for other people, too. So you might be a lesson for your ex. Of I was with this person, she was great, I played, you know, I was playing the odds, and now I've lost her, and then this other person might not be a good fit for him, so that might be a lesson that he needs to learn.
Oh, karma's going to be a biatch for him, let me tell you right now. I see this because that other girl, if you step out of the picture, she's going to take him back, and he is no... what would you call it? He's
prize chicken or prize, I guess, male chicken.
He's no bargain. Okay, and she's going to learn a big lesson. And the biggest lesson that he can learn is to be alone, where he can't even pick somebody up for the night. And that will be his karmic burden, I guess. So, hey, Sadie, I hope this helps.
It did. It actually helped a lot. Because before I even called in, I was thinking to myself that it was just best if I left him alone.
Don't feel guilty.
He's quite a manipulator, too, you know. And you need somebody true. I know your history, and I know what you've been through. You need a really good soulmate partner. You're beautiful. You've got one thing. You've got a fantastic career ahead of you. You don't need to get lost in some dead-end relationship with a cheater, you know?
No.
So, honey, you call us again. We'll keep tabs on your life, what's going on, and I'm really going to kick him hard right where he deserves to be kicked.
Let him rue the day.
That's right, and that comes from Auntie Lauren and Mama Deb. Okay?
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. Okay, wow, which brings me to one of our other, friends question we were going to ask tonight. Should you tell your partner everything? What do you think there, Veronica, or other members of our audience?
You consider everything.
Well, for one thing, if you're transgendered, when do you tell them?
Oh, that should be right away.
Yeah, I would really like to know.
Yeah, I would say anything like that, a big thing in your life that's a part of your history and a part of your makeup. And I actually know a few transgendered people that are close to me, and it's not always easy. But if you really plan on being in a relationship with somebody, then I think that they should really disclose that information.
Don't you think that they deserve to know that truth?
Yes.
Rather than being traumatized down the way, by finding out you aren't exactly what you've shown yourself to be.
Well, and not just that, but it can be traumatizing if you don't disclose that information. If you start a relationship and you really like this person and you allow yourself to get invested in it, and it's up to your partner. Just like with anything else, you need to give your partner that information, because if you care about this person, they deserve to know everything about you in that way. Now, as far as I would say disclosing everything, some people take that to extremes. I don't think you should be giving your partner, details about your
full dossiers.
Yes.
Right. Up by your third date. I don't think they should, do they need to know if you've been in prison?
Oh, it depends. I go by, you ask a question, you're going to get the answer type rule. You ask me a question, I will answer the question as truthfully as I can. But I also operate off of a need-to-know basis. If you don't need to know it, you're not going to. I mean, unless it has to deal with something that's really intimate with me, you're not going to find all the skeletons in my closet.
So, Jonathan Wesley, you're not only a renowned chef, but you've also been somewhat of a ladies' man. So, when you discover, when you have a new love interest, how much do you disclose to them about your previous love life? Would you say generally? I know you said it's on a need to know, but historically, how much do you tell them about your previous pursuits?
See, that's a hard question to answer because there are multiple times where it's not relevant to our relationship and moving forward, and for us to create something. If there are actions or mannerisms, we'll say, that are pretty identifiable from previous, I'll talk about them. But I'm not going to be like, who used to do that? My ex-girlfriend. Because that just creates this whole... That's all you're doing is comparing to the past.
Exactly.
I'm not into that.
No, and you shouldn't make dating seem like a job interview.
Right.
Either. So I think maybe we need to lend some mystery to these new relationships, and even the old ones. It doesn't hurt to keep a little something, inside for our partners to maybe discover later.
Sometimes I think that people use that as a manipulation of their new partner, because if you're constantly saying, oh, well, my ex and I did this or my ex and I did that, it's kind of like saying, like,
it's a buzzkill.
And it's like saying, like, this is the standard, like, well, my ex used to rub my back every night and blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, oh, well, this is what I expect.
I think so, too. I agree. 909, everybody, 792-5222. And let's look at Facebook Live. You got something for us there?
Indeed. Let's see. Looks like Megan. Can you tell me if I'm supposed to be with someone?
That's a really
it's a
kind of an
vague.
obtuse question, yeah.
Can we?
I mean, that's kind of a personal choice. You can be, or you can choose not
I think she's questioning your intuitive
maybe if you're supposed to be
prowess.
with a certain someone, and she didn't say that, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I'm
certain
just assuming,
somebody.
but I do not know.
I like certain.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Because otherwise that question is like...
I would say let's try to figure out if there's somebody that she should be with that is in her cards, or if there's somebody she should not be with that is in her cards.
Very astute of you, Lauren.
Yes,
Thank you.
nice. I try.
All right, I am now laying the cards out.
Is there a fish in the card, or is there a dolphin in the card?
She clarified with a certain someone.
Yes.
Okay.
Which we assume.
Very nice. Very nice.
I
So
like it.
Techie Boy Jim was right on the money with that.
It made sense.
All right, everybody.
I'm just eager to find out about
I'd like
this.
to know too.
I would like to know. I also have an anonymous reading to do after. Yes.
Okay.
If we don't have another caller.
Put it on our agenda.
Dun dun dun. All right, Deb. What is it? Is he a fish or is he a dolphin? Or she? A lady dolphin.
Well, personally, I see a lot of pain around this certain someone.
Mm.
I'm feeling that this may have the earmarks of not meant to be, at least not at this particular juncture. This is a relationship that I think needs to be transported, or I'm trying to think of what would be the right word, to new ground. I mean, I feel like there's all kinds of baggage around this, and maybe others that are going to be hurt in the process. But my absolute feeling is I think you're going to move on, and this certain someone will re-enter your life at a later time. Just because we meet people at a certain point doesn't mean that's the right timing. For instance, with Daryl, I met him, oh my goodness, like 5 years before anything actually developed. The timing wasn't right. I didn't have any feelings that way. So if I were you, I would, Veronica, come on, Lauren, you got some advice here. I've been out of the dating game for quite some time.
It just sounds to me like this fella or lady is not a dolphin. And if it's not a dolphin, then why do you want to even bother with it? Similar to the other caller, I mean...
Yeah, and I'm hearing tie up loose ends.
Mm-hmm.
Finish what has already been started. and then find yourself in a new place.
So they might be a fish now, but they may be a dolphin in the future.
Extra info. She said someone just re-entered my life.
Well, I still think the timing isn't quite right. So because I would see an entirely different picture here. And there is grief, still grief. Maybe it's over unresolved issues, or maybe it's issues that have yet to become unresolved. But personally, at this point, I would say move cautiously. And I wish that I could do better for you, but there's a lot of nebulous matter around this situation. So what I would suggest is that you come back for another reading. We're here on Friday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern. And you should call back or call in, actually, because then I can get your energy. We can discuss it more clearly. But thanks very much, Megan, and I hope these words do help a little bit for you. And what say you there, Techie Jim?
What say you as in...
Oh, your question.
Well, no. Well, there was one. It was a little while ago, but she may still be there. But now you want a general question? Here's it. Can I get a love reading? How general is that?
That's pretty general. Let's hold on to the love reading, because I've got one. Somebody a little bit on. So my reading is on behalf of a good friend of mine who I care a lot about. And it's sort of a dual reading, as in terms of there's a person who I was very good friends with who was romantically involved with another friend of mine. Now, this person kind of caused issues in my life in terms of finances and friendliness, and he has recently come back into my friend's life and said that he broke up with the girl that he had been seeing, who was going to go into a different career path, but he has apologized to her and said he's sorry for everything that, transpired between them, and that he's sorry about all the stuff that he did to me, although he doesn't want to apologize to me directly. He wants us to be friends again, but he wants me not to mention all the things that he did, mainly because I think it involved money. But my question is should she engage him? Should either of us believe in his apologies? Is he being sincere? Or is he just trying to muscle his way back into our lives again?
Boy, and the plot thickens.
The plot certainly does.
Before we continue on, can I just... I hope I'm not...
No, go ahead.
All right. It sounds like this person, whoever this person is trying to convince himself that it's a good idea, knowing that it's not a good idea to continue on and it's here.
Exactly.
We have similar feelings. This person has a lot of great attributes,
and a lot of sucky ones, apparently.
Yes.
Okay.
Clearly, if he doesn't want you to tell her, that's just one. No, I don't think so.
Veronica says nay. I'm a little on the fence at this point.
I'll tell you what, his intentions seem very sincere. However, what's that adage about the road to hell is paved with good intentions?
Yes.
He can have all the intentions in the world, but she faces a serious heartbreak if she puts her foot back in this relationship. And as for you, here's what I always see about you, my darling Lauren. You always see the sunny side of the street. You always see the good in people. And I do feel this is one of your strongest assets, but it can also be your Achilles heel, where you get burned, they apologize, you forgive them, you let them back in, and they burn you again.
I don't want to, so I definitely need to.
I think you both need to say, hey, pal, you had your chance.
It was really fun, though. We used to sing karaoke together, and, he was a good karaoke partner.
You might have sung karaoke in a nightclub with somebody who was a serial killer. That was a good, good singer, too.
Statistically speaking, more than likely.
All right, and moving on.
We have Carol from New York. It's Friday night. How can we help you, Carol?
So I have been seeing this guy for about the past 3 months, and we've been kind of on again, off again recently, and he usually calls back. And I'm just wondering, is he coming back this time again?
Ah, Boomerang Bob. All right, let's see.
Well, I've got to tell you, now, in 3 months' time, are you a little tired of the boomeranging in a 3-month relationship, Carol?
Yeah, I mean, we've known each other longer, and it took him about 3 months to get into the relationship. You know, and the first 6 weeks were great, but then, you know, there were problems that started. So I'm just wondering, you know, I mean, is he just going to completely leave, or is he going to always kind of be sticking around and asking me for things, and if I should ignore him, or is he, has he changed at all?
Oh, boy. Well, you got quite a situation here, Carol.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he's got a bit of a stable. I mean, men are spoiled now. They've got the internet. They've got dating. They got Match.com, and what's the other one?
OkCupid.
And Twitters and tweeters and I mean
the Bumble.
Tinder?
Tinder and Grindr. No, Grindr.
Trust me. So they've got the
Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. But Carol,
you're not lying though.
He has what I call intuitively spoiled brain. Okay, this is a man that loves to indulge his pleasures and his he likes to become satiated. Yes, and there's another woman here at a distance that I think he plays a little footsie game with here. There's also you and another woman. Oh boy, let's put it this way, Carol. I think that this is one you should really kick to the curb. Yes, he's going to keep boomeranging back when he can't fill his dance card, or should we say his sex card, you know. And he is, we know what a sugar baby is, right? Sugar baby.
The sugar baby.
I don't know if they have sugar baby boys, but I think he is one. He's got a whole other side to him, Carol, and I'm disappointed to have to share this with you, but I really feel you need to think of what you deserve, and you need something better. She deserves somebody to... Go ahead.
You're absolutely right. I know for a fact that there is a woman at a distance, and there was someone else that was closer that he was talking to at one point. So you're absolutely right about that. The fact that he likes women to take care of him. He doesn't think he needs to do anything. That they should be just so happy being in his presence. My feeling is but
he just isn't done.
I just want him to keep coming back and me reject him. I would like to have the upper hand on that. Well,
I hope that he does come back so you can be the one to have the power at that point. You know, I want to tell you also he has very murky boundaries, or let's say blurred lines when it comes to sexuality. I think there has been some dabbling in other things for him.
Like males or other...
Yeah, and threesomes, and he's a no...
Yes, he's admitted that. You're right about that.
Look at that. Look at that. He's admitted it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But what you want, if you really care for this guy, the best thing you can do is say, there's the door. Don't let it hit you on the backside. And throw him out of your life. And don't let him back in until such time that he wants to actually become a better man. I always want to hold out hope. I do feel that he's going to exhaust this spoiled brain of his. He's going to realize his heart truly was lying with you. But right now, boy, I would just give him the boot. Okay?
Yeah.
And he will miss you. But no booty calls or, any of that. Don't run with bail money or whatever he might need. You're going to have to do some tough love here. And then, in the meantime, you are not going to be alone. You have other men around you. You have opportunities. You know,
Yes.
you could stack them up like planes over, Dulles Airport. You could stack planes, let's put it that way, where you could have a different date every night if you wanted to. So don't sell yourself short. Don't put yourself on the clearance rack when you need to be on the designer rack, okay? Okay.
Yes.
Well, Carol,
Good luck to you, Carol.
Carol, I hope that helps. We're getting short on our... Do you have something to say?
Oh, no, Carol, I hope you have a wonderful evening. I do have one last question before time's up. If you...
Carol, call us again. We want to hear from you and know how it's going, all right?
All right.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you, Carol.
Okay.
All right,
Bye-bye.
so I have Dana who is watching now, and she would like to know about her financial future.
Oh, there's a good question.
Yes. Just a little previous information. She is married. She's got a family, and she said she just wants to know. She says she wants to know about her financial gains, how they're going to do in the future.
Oh, good. Okay. Cards can be very helpful with that. Okay, and this is going out to
Dana from Virginia.
Okay. Dana from Virginia, give me a moment here.
Who is also a fabulous ginger.
Ooh, fabulous ginger.
She's a gorgeous redhead, if that helps.
Well, blondes have more fun. What do gingers have?
I don't know. I think, it's been a minute for me, but I enjoy being
red pubic hair.
I don't know if you can say that.
It depends if it's all natural or not. The artificial gingers. But...
Of course, nowadays they don't even have pubic hair.
Oh, Lord.
They have what are they, landing strips and taking off strips and.
Oh, Dios mío.
I don't know what this world is coming. Men are grooming themselves.
Manscaping.
Is that like braiding?
Praise the Lord.
I tell you what, I don't do no manscaping.
You don't, Jonathan Wesley.
Unnatural.
I'm like Burt Reynolds back there.
What about the chest? Does Jonathan Wesley have a lot of chest hair?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh,
fantastic.
All right, let's get back on track for Dana.
All right, Dana.
Dana, you have the right insight. You have the right ideas. You got to keep a rein on that. She's married, right?
Yes.
Watch that husband.
All right, Dana, watch your husband.
Keep him away from Amazon Prime.
No Amazon Prime.
Or any of the other stuff, because I think that he can be a wild spender. And so you're going to need to watch him. If you can handle the finances and tell him he can handle the lawn maintenance or car maintenance, but you are going to be the bookkeeper, you're going to do very well. Anyway, we are 2 minutes from them shutting the lights off and putting us out in the rain, so we better get going here and tell you thank you so much. If you didn't join us, well, we wouldn't have a show. No. So we thank you for that. We thank our techie boy, Jim. He's in the wings there. We had Jonathan
Jonathan Wesley.
That's
Jonathan Wesley, our handsome chef
We had
extraordinaire.
Lauren riding shotgun with me, and we have all of you. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great week. Our hearts go out to Thousand Oaks, California. You all remember, it's just houses. We've got to save the lives, okay? So anyway, I want to leave you with the words of Grandma, who taught me this amazing method. To dream is to believe. Once you believe, all things are possible. Thanks, everybody. See you next Friday. Bye-bye now.